I really did love this movie, and it's so great to actually say that and be able to talk with you about this.
Yeah, great.
So, was there anything, whether in the real world or in other sci-fi media, that influenced your creative approach to making The Gorge?
I was very hesitant to make it because I had never seen anything like it, and I was concerned about the structure working for an audience. But it's also what I liked about it. It's so unique, and then I realized that it structurally has. There's one movie that's similar, and that's Titanic. Where you take so much time to build a relationship before all hell breaks loose, and then you're invested in this relationship. So it wasn't so much that it was an influence on how I made the movie, but it was certainly an influence on making me believe that the movie would work.
I can see that now that you said that because I think one of the more interesting creative choices you did was spending so much time with these two characters at the beginning. I think that's what makes that final hour so much more investing. And
Absolutely
so,
right.
yeah, like what was it like to direct Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy? So, like when directing actors, do you often find that you're needing to adjust to their style, or do they more often adjust to yours?
Well, I can't speak for other directors. For me, it's my job to adjust to the actors. Every actor is different. Every actor is a big emotional engine, and every one of them sort of responds to the power of their own emotions differently. So a director's job in a lot of ways is like a psychologist. You have to figure out how to talk to different actors and give them what they need. A lot of actors just need you to stay out of their way, and in the case of Miles and Anya, they were both very approachable, easy to talk to, but for the most part, to be honest, they didn't need a lot of direction. They're both creative actors. I cast them well in the roles, I think. And, most of my directing for them was things like, okay, do it faster, do it slower, say that louder. But they were always surprising me with their creative choices as performers. And that's what you hire them for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really did buy into their chemistry as well now that you mentioned that. And I also want to say I follow you on Blue Sky and I want to say congratulations on wrapping the Black Phone 2.
Hey, thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
And I really loved the first one as well. So I'm wondering, how are you hoping the audiences respond to the sequel, and what can you tell us to get us even more excited to see this new movie?
Well, I didn't feel obligated to make a sequel. But I decided that if I made a big movie first after the Black Phone, which was The Gorge, by the time I finished that, those kids would be in high school. And what was interesting to me was to make a high school coming of age movie in the same way that the first movie was a middle school coming of age movie, and that's what we shot.
Yeah, interesting. And so are you hoping that it can resonate with a little bit of an older audience, perhaps the people who watched it, the
Oh, for
original?
sure. The fan base for the Black Phone is insane. They're the most loyal, excited fans in the world, and they've grown up with these kids too. So most of that fan base is now in high school or even in college. So I made a movie that's maturing and in some ways more intense and serious than even the first one.
I gotta say, I'm very, very excited to see that one as well. And
Right.
also, I want to say I was a huge fan of your work with Marvel on the original Doctor Strange, and I really love that movie. And assuming that you work with Marvel again in the future, are there any comic book characters that you're particularly interested in directing a film around?
Somebody else asked me this question earlier today, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pass on that question for one reason. If I answer it, that's the only press that this whole junket will get. I've just learned that, I can't say things like that without that being the headline that goes out everywhere. So I'm very careful about what I say regarding Marvel. All I can say is that I'm very grateful for my time there. I still love those guys, and who knows? Maybe I'll work there again someday.
Of course, of course. Now you make an excellent point there, and you know what? I'm going to ask you about another Stephen King novella that you were attached to adapting. It was called the Breathing Method.
Yeah, can't talk about it. Legal
No,
reasons. Yeah,
no.
sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay. No, 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 no worries. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me today about The Gorge. And I gotta say, man, your work in this film, it really, really surprised me. And congratulations again, man. Thank you so much for the time.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you.